What is going on, guys? Dub Gaming here, and in this video I'm going to be rebuilding Bayern Munich. Team is a lot better than Red Star Belgrade with a couple of 70 rated players, and Dedovic is the best player. Straight away we actually trade our two best players for Chris Anderson and J. Michael Green. These are two better players and we save a little bit of salary. We then trade three players for Wayne Ellington, Merkel Brown, Henry Sims and a second round pick. Again, we're saving salary and getting a better team. These two players are both rated 54 and are costing us 5 million a year for 2 years. But to just get them off our books, it means we have to trade our 2017 first round pick. I'm hoping to do well in free agency, so that doesn't really make much of a difference, but you never know. We try to make some sort of a deal, but we end up having to actually trade our 2019 pick as well. And like in every one of these, we get offered Jeff Withy in a stupid trade, so we always take him. Decline that trade. Marco Bellinelli's not worth that much, and so we just go through the trade deadline. So far, at the minute, we are last in the conference, but we win 2 games, so I start to get a little bit afraid. But in the end, we do fairly badly, finishing with the worst record in the NBA, and the awards always go to the exact same people. We had someone on the all-rookie second team, which is a bit of a positive. Our top scorer was Bryce Taylor, averaging 12.5 points per game. No wonder we were last. See him through the playoffs, and the Golden State Warriors beat the Miami Heat in 7 games in the NBA Finals. I'm just going to look at the record now. We had the last record. We had the worst record in the East and the West, so it's looking like we may get the number 1 pick. So it's just between us and the Knicks. And we go and get the number 2 pick. Yep. The New York Knicks with an 11% chance end up getting the first pick. So we trade one of our 2017 first round pick for Nuggets 12th pick. So I'm hoping that in the end we might have somewhat of a decent season, and that pick doesn't really matter, and 12th pick could end up being traded for something good. Luckily enough, they don't pick Ben Simmons with the first pick. They pick him, but they pick Buddy Hield instead, the Knicks. So we get our guy. We get Ben Simmons. I have no real interest in anyone else, so we straight away trade the 12th, 24th pick that we got from the Clippers trade, Clippers 2018 pick for the Magic's pick next year, and Evan Fournier. We tried to get a little bit more out of this trade, but in the end, we just get a little bit off the salary. So in free agency, we signed Courtney Lee, we signed Marcus Thornton to pretty much give us a solid shooting guard partnership. We signed Mario Chalmers, Jared Bayless, Psycho T, Tyler Hansbrough, one of the best college players of all time, Timothy Mozgov, who was a beast for the Cavs last year, not so much this year, and Terrence Ross, who I pretty much signed in every one of these as well. Signed Austin Rivers to just back up Mario Chalmers. So in the end, we're a little bit shooting guard heavy. We have too many of them. So we straight away trade Jared Bayless, who was in the rotation, and Courtney Lee for Willie Cauley-Stein, who we moved to power forward, and Marco Bellinelli, we moved to like backup small forward. So this is what we're looking like going into the season. We're looking a lot better than we did at the start of last season anyway. Not a chance we're trading Ben Simmons. So we do not start off that well. 10 and 14, end up 20 and 25 at one stage. Really not good. Almost just before the All-Star break, being 20 and 25, especially when you don't have a draft pick. And the Magic actually signed LeBron James, so getting the Magic's pick this year was no help. This trade actually works out really well for us. Gary Harris and Mo Williams for Terrence Ross and Mario Chalmers. Gary Harris is the best player by a mile out of this trade. And when I switched his position to point guard, he actually stayed the exact same overall, which was really good. Meant we could start Gary Harris at point guard. So in the end, we might have a little chance making the playoffs, but we don't go on the run. We don't go on a big enough run, and in the end lose 5 out of our last 6 games and finish near the bottom of the conference. Ben Simmons winning Rookie of the Year as a consolation. So it's looking like trading our pick away was not a great idea, since it's probably going to be in and around the top 10, and the Magic pick is going to be near the bottom of the first round. Ben Simmons averaging 18, Evan Fournier stepping up as well, and Gary Harris is our third top scorer. And Ben Simmons was actually an all-star in his first year in the league, like he is in every single one of these simulations. So we simulate through the playoffs for the second year after not making it 2 years in a row, and the Oklahoma City Thunder sweep the Boston Celtics in the finals. KD win an MVP. The only real trade we make is just to get rid of our pick and to take a little bit off the salary cap by getting rid of Larry Sanders. We want a star, so we go to sign some of the better players and we can't get them. So we're gonna have to deal with CJ McCollum and offer him way more than he's worth. We sign Alex Len. It'll be a good buy. We signed Andrew Bogut on a 1-year deal. Just after we lose him, we signed Jeff Whitty back, and just to fill the 13th spot, we signed Carlos Boozer. We don't have a backup small forward, so we straight away trade Andrew Bogut for Alan Crabb, who can move to the 4, and this is what can move to the 3, and this is what our team's looking like. Much better. And with Gary Harris going back in as a 2 off the bench, his rating goes up to 83. So we don't make a trade this year. 21 and 12, top of the conference, is a very, very solid year. I think this team could definitely go on to win the NBA championships. It's pretty much stacked, and Gary Harris off the bench is unbelievable. Not a chance we're trading Gary Harris. Nope, we're not trading anyone. And we go on a big run anyway to pretty much cement us being first in the conference. So in the end, we're 58 and 24, which is much better than last year after not making the playoffs, having the best record in the NBA, tied with the Thunder. But our guy still doesn't get Coach of the Year. But Ben Simmons actually makes the All-NBA first team, which in this entire series is the first time anyone's made the All-NBA first team. And Simmons averaging 21.1 points per game, Gary Harris averaging 14.5 off the bench, and CJ McCollum averaging 12.8, which is very disappointing considering we're paying him $20 million a year. Damian Lillard leading the league in scoring. So we simulate the series against Detroit and we sweep them, looking good for the title. We lose game 1 at home against Toronto, which isn't great. We still managed to win a game back in Toronto. They go 3-2 up. We bring it back to 3-all and end up winning 4-3. Win the first 2 games at home against the Knicks. Go 3-1 up after losing 1 and beat them in 4. Go 1-0 down, losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Got 3-1 up. Simulate with Simcast. And the Thunder, even though we had the same record, ended up getting the first seed overall, so they have home court advantage. They seem to be using it. They go up by 12 points and we get the lead back. We lead by 10. They come back to us, they get the lead in the third quarter. But we start to pull away a little bit in the fourth quarter. We're up 13 points in 2 minutes. This is over. In 3 years we did win a ring with Bayern Munich. So 4 seconds to go, this game's over, and Bayern Munich, being led by Ben Simmons, Finals MVP, Willie Cauley-Stein, Gary Harris, CJ McCollum, win the NBA championships. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.